guys! The way the world is right now, a lot of people are being forced to slow things down. And for others, life is going at 100 miles per hour. But regardless, it's a really good time right now to think about what things are most important to you and maybe what things are not as important.
Because generally speaking, family life can be super busy and hectic, and oftentimes the solution is to simplify. So we're going to talk about how to simplify your family life. This series is a collaboration with Nadiya from the YouTube channel But All of You More. Now Nadiya is a super impressive corporate working mom of 2 toddler girls. She loves smart shortcuts, time management, organizing, and just simply doing whatever she can to be productive around the house. Plus, she decorates the cutest bedrooms for her girls every single holiday. So when you're done watching this video, make sure you head over to her channel and watch her unique perspective of how to simplify your family life. There's a link in the description below.
The first tip for how to simplify your family life is to prioritize and schedule.
Yeah, that means that once a week we sit down and we have a little weekly planning session where we take all the things that need to be done to have our family run smoothly and we make sure that's taken care of.
Yeah, and that means prioritizing the things that are most important. Wait. Hold on. Aren't you supposed to be talking about simplifying here?
Yeah?
No, I mean, I've seen your calendar and that thing is anything but simple.
Yeah, I've tried to write everything down and that's enough to give me anxiety.
Who let you in?
Okay, fair enough, good point. So if writing everything down doesn't work for you, then maybe you should try time blocking. This means that you just take your calendar and divide it into blocks. So from 8 to 10 you do one type of work and 10 to 2 you do another. And that way you make sure that all the important things are put into the calendar at some point and there's no stress about getting it done exactly from 10 to 10:30.
Yeah, try making a list of the things that are most important to you and make sure that those things make it into your calendar so you don't constantly feel like you're chasing the things that you want to do, because that can cause burnout. And that could be something as simple as, scheduling time for relaxation or taking a nap.
Yeah, okay. Kind of makes sense.
Go on.
And actually, as part of that, while you're prioritizing, that also kind of means that you have to down prioritize. So that means being aware of the things that you are spending time on that aren't giving you any sense of satisfaction or fulfillment from your life. So for example, do you spend forever on your phone before going to bed? And does that interrupt your sleep and make your life more miserable?
I mean, they do have a point in that you spend a lot of time on your phone.
You spend way more than I do.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you
No.
do. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being aware of how much time you actually spend on screens is really important because there's so much information out there and you're never going to be able to consume all of it, be it like social media or the news. So just being aware of what you don't need to know is also important.
Good. Number 2.
There's more?
Number 2 is to stop living on the edge, whether that has to do with your finances, the space in your home, or your time.
Yeah, give yourself breathing space financially. Don't live paycheck to paycheck if you don't have to. So look at your purchases and see what you can simplify. Are there things you're spending money on that you don't necessarily have to spend money on? Or are there alternatives that you could spend money on instead that are cheaper?
The point is, again, in today's society, we spend so much time on trying to keep up with the Joneses that we buy stuff that we don't really need and spend money that we don't really have. And that is not good for your mental well-being.
The same thing applies to your time. If you're constantly doing things last minute, that is what induces stress. And we don't want that in our family life. So ask yourself, are there things I can prepare ahead of time? Like get up a little bit earlier, or even better, the night before, pack the bags, make the lunches, look ahead and see what can I do now when I have a little time that will save me energy later. The same thing goes for your home. Your home has a physical capacity, and there are probably things in your home that you don't need. I know you want what's best for your kids, but your kids don't need all the toys that are in the store. So when you go to the store and your kids see a shiny object, they don't have to get it. You can say no. You might not be popular, but you can say no. Alright, so when I go shopping with the kids at Target, for example, we stop by the dollar bins all the time and pick up a few items. That is well worth my sanity when I go shopping with the kids.
Yeah, as if you just pick up stuff for the kids.
Well, I pick up stuff mostly for the kids. There are some good deals in there.
I mean, you're right, but think about how that goes back to the things that we were just talking about. If you're spending a few dollars here, a few dollars there, and also with respect to your physical space, if you take a kid's bedroom that is 4 meters by 4 meters, that's 16 square meters at a height of maybe 2 meters, That's 32 cubic meters that you've got to work with. Now, you've got maybe your standard Target toy, I don't know, 10 centimeters times 10 centimeters, and your wardrobe at the size of maybe 1.8 meters. After a while, if the depth of the wardrobe is...
Okay. Point being, yes, everything you have takes up space. But you also want to remember that your actions also normalize certain behaviors, both for you and for the people around you in your family. And you don't want to teach your kids that having stuff equals happiness. A really helpful attitude to adapt is one in, one out. So you want to teach your kids, yeah, we can pick up a few things at the dollar bin at Target, that's no problem. But when we get home, you need to find a few toys that you can then get rid of as well.
Yeah, and something that really also helps with just, the feeling of well-being is teaching the idea of if you're not using it, then somebody else might find joy in that thing that you're ready to get rid of.
Yeah, so reuse, repurpose, and rediscover the things you have in your home.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I was getting at earlier.
The next step for how to simplify your family life is to declutter. So here we mean like trim the fat. Go over everything in your home and really think, do I need this many of this item? Because I think in our culture today, there is a preconceived notion of how many sheets and towels and other things that you need to have in your home. So really ask yourself, do I need 7 sheets for this bed? Or is it just something that my mom taught me, that her mom taught her, and that I've just been doing just because?
At the end of the day, the things in your life should serve you and not the other way around. And if you find yourself spending more time on things than the people around you or the activities that really bring you joy, then maybe you've lost your way at some point. So you have to continue with this same prioritization mindset and ask yourself, what things in your life really bring your life up to another level, and what things really don't bring you any value at all? So what you're saying is that clutter isn't just the stuff that's in your closet, but really anything that gets between you and the life that you want to be living.
Yeah, that under the influence of all that clutter, you might be underestimating the amount of time you actually use on all the less important stuff.
Or that when you declutter, whether it's on your home, your head, or your heart, that it is astounding what will flow into that space that will enrich you, your family, and your life. Right?
Yeah. Okay, where were we? Number 4. Yeah, number 4 for how to simplify your family life is to do it in batches. So just like it's cheaper to buy things in bulk, it also frees up a lot of time to do things in batches.
Yeah, whether that be meal planning and grocery shopping, planning in general, laundry, or shooting these videos. Basically anything where there's a certain amount of setup work required before the start of the project and or cleaning afterwards, where you can save time by not having to repeat that setup and cleaning work multiple times. Yeah, but if you're lumping stuff together, then it's bound to take longer, like cooking.
I actually end up spending a lot less time cooking now that I started doing it in batches. So what I do is that Monday, I cook for the whole week, or at least the weekdays, and then we eat that Monday night, and I freeze like 3 portions that we then can have another night. Okay, but doesn't it get boring eating the same kinds of foods over and over again?
No, I mean, I can see that point.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually had to rethink how I cook. I can't make salads anymore because they don't freeze very well. But then I make other things like lasagna and soups or really good curries. Like last night we had a chicken korma that was really good from the freezer.
Oh, I love curry.
Does sound good. Yeah, maybe you should stay for dinner tonight.
I mean, can we even do that, like in real life? No offense.
None taken.
No, that's fine. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, number 5 for how to simplify your family life is to outsource, whether that be cleaning, shopping, home maintenance, or yard work. Think about all the things that you spend your time on and how many of them you really enjoy. And then ask yourself, is there any way that I can outsource this type of work and still see it done?
I mean, I don't want to be the devil's advocate here.
Really?
But we don't have the kind of money to be paying people to do all that stuff for us. Well, that's the beauty of it. It doesn't have to be expensive at all. In high school, my sister had a job ironing shirts for a couple, and they hated doing that task and she didn't mind, and she was cheap labor back then. Also, there might be a teenager on your street that goes to the same school as your kids or close by that can pick them up on the way home that they're going anyways.
You have to get away from the mindset that outsourcing is expensive, because it doesn't have to be. Get creative and think about the things that would make a huge difference for you if you could have someone else do that, would be happy to do those things. And if you haven't already, definitely think about the chores that you can assign to your kids so that they are also learning responsibilities and helping out with the household chores. What are some of the things that you can outsource for cheap or for free or already are outsourcing? Please let us know in the comments and the rest of the community will thank you for it.
Your home really should be a haven, so if you have areas of your life that is causing you stress or overwhelm, then please use some of these tips or write your own in the comments below for how to simplify your family life.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and then check out these other videos that we've made on very interesting topics. We'll see you next week.
Bye!